Good morning. So in this video we're going to change the glass top on a Bosch stove. So you're going to need to know your model number of your stove. Right, currently, at the time I bought the replacement on this one, there were two different glass tops. And you know, there was a large group under one and a smaller group under the other. So the first thing we need to do is start the coffee. Alright, the second thing we need to do is we need to get the serial number. Actually, it's going to be the model number. So just open this down here, and you are going to look behind the drawer right here. Hopefully I was in camera. I'm going to look right here and get the model and serial number. Then you're going to go on Bosch's website, order it, pay the $300. I did not pay for the fast shipping, you know, the overnight or whatever the heck it was. And it arrived the next day FedEx, so good thing I didn't pay the extra shipping. I mean, I wasn't in any hurry. You saw the glass top is all of, you know, you probably didn't see why I'm changing it, but all of the markings are kind of cosmetic as opposed to a broken piece of glass. So let's open this box up here. We're all bubble wrapped up here. See if I can get this thing out. I already know how it's packed, so I'm not worried about damaging it. That was easy. Okay, looks good. All right, looks good. It's just the glass. You can see where the potential screws are. There's a whole bunch of places here where screws can go, and there's 3 on each side where screws can go, and we have 6 connectors, so we'll make sure that we know which connector goes where when we unplug them. Maybe we'll mark everything up, put a little mark on there, either color code it or pencil it in, or put a piece of tape with a number on it, something, so that I don't screw that up. Alright, your stove should have the tip over feature installed. What that means is you need to pull it straight out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the drawer first. You don't need to remove the drawer first, but I did. One of these goes down and the other one comes up. Alright, next we're going to pull it out and unplug it. So you can just pull it straight out. There is the tip over feature and the plug, so we will unplug it. Okay, the one and only tool you're going to need is a T20 Torx. Since we're working on a Bosch, we're going to use a Bosch T20 tool. That's just a coincidence. Alright, step one is to remove the vent cover. And I see 5 screws. So we'll just go ahead and zap these guys. They are pretty short. I'll get the rest of them. Alright, there are a couple screws on the end we need to grab. And I'll get the other one from the other side. Okay, the end pieces came right off, so keep track of those. You can like put the screw back in here since it's different. It's smaller than the 5 that were in the back, so you can keep track of it that way. And then be careful, this thing just kind of falls right off and exposes the glass here, which is almost loose. Let me look at it for a minute, see if anything else is holding it down except for gravity. Okay, with a little wiggling and jiggling, I got it, and it is free to come up. We have all of the heating elements attached to it. So there is that. So it looks like I'm going to have to flip it over. Alright, so here's what I decided to do. I decided to move it over to the left. And if I'm still on camera here, then I'll get these screws out. Then I'll move it to the right, take those screws out, and all the heating elements should drop off the bottom of the glass. Alright, that's one side. Now for the other, which I'm going to have to be careful, I guess. I also have a piece of wood in there for what was plan A. I'm actually doing plan B here now. Alright, let me go unscrew those. Alright, I have the towel over there. I'm ready for the flip, because don't forget there's those 4 wires on the front end. I don't know how much I have to play with. It doesn't look like much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and take a picture of it. What do you think of that? Alright, so the idea here is to take a picture of the connector so I can see which color wire goes where. And it looks like we have brown, red, yellow on the left, and I don't know what that is, like a light brown, blue, and dark brown on the right. Well, let me get some light in there. Oh, it's gray. So gray, blue, brown on the right. Let me get all zoomed in there and take a picture. Okay, we are free, and that was purple, by the way. So we got brown, blue, gray on the right, and purple, red, yellow on the left. So that, as they say, is that, and we're free! Yay! Towel here, oops, which I'll need for the new one more than the old one. And we can definitely see some use in here, I guess the heat. Oh, I'm all zoomed in there too. So here we are. Now the big thing with putting it back together that I noticed is these things are free. See how they just sit in there? So putting them back together, you need to make sure that everybody's in place here. Don't want to screw that up. Alright, so these things kept popping out on me, so I'm going to show you what we have here. The 2 on the end, labeled B, they go into the triangular shape catches. So there's a triangular shape catch. Oh, my apologies. The triangular shape catch and the hole. So you put it in the triangular shape catch and the hole right there. This one in the center is different. It has two, so it goes on the outside and the hole right here. So however it fits in that hole, just like that. And then the other one on the end, again, the triangle and the hole. So that's how that is going to work. The two front ones stayed in place. The one on the right, as you're looking at it when you're using the stove, is just two pieces, the triangle and the hole. And this one over here, which is the large one, is going to be like the center one on the other side, which has the two, am I on camera? It has the two pieces and then the other one that goes in the hole over there. So let me make sure I said that correctly by putting it back. Yes, I did. So it's two pieces and the hole. Alright, so this is going to be fun. Make sure everybody's in place here. Alright, so as you can tell by my narration, I'm kind of winging it here. So I think I'm going to try by putting the glass on and then hooking everything up. I'm going to see how that goes. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that. The main thing is making sure the warmers are all in their place. This might, by putting the board in the middle on the back, I might kick out a couple of pieces, but I'll just have to fix that. So I'm going to hook up the front first. So here are my left and right wires. The terminal, the red terminal, is different than the other one, so that goes in the middle. You can see it's a small one. And then the two large ones go on the front and the back. So it's going to be purple, red, and yellow on one side. So let me get that done. And gray, blue, and brown on the other. And you can see the blue has the smaller terminal, so that'll go in the middle. Alright, so these boards worked out great. I think that's a good idea. And I kind of measured here. Don't forget it's going to be short because this is the heating area, and there's a the pan goes on the outside. So, you know, 2 1/4. So I went 2 1/4, went in those holes, and it's centered. Same thing over here. I measured, just made sure everything was centered, made sure all the feet were in place, and put the 2 screws in on each end. So that's 8 screws, and I'm ready to set it back in place. Alright, final QC quality control check. Make sure all of the feet are set in their position. Make sure all the wires are hooked up and they're not kinked or caught on anything. And we're ready to set the glass down. Alright, here we go. Alright, now our end clip should make sure everything's squared and lined up. Alright, next is the vent cover. So let's get that in there. Get the other 4 screws in for a total of 5. And finally our end pieces. The little hook there goes on the back to hook into the back of the vent. So let me get my screw ready. And we will stick this in place. And the other side, and we're done. Alright, well, I'm mechanical, not electrical, and I'm always having issues with electricians, whatever. But you see how the cord naturally wants to go like this? Well, they had put the plug in the other way, so I'd have to plug it in like that, and it was really short. So, you know, when I pull the stove out, it starts ripping this thing out. So I flip this around 180 degrees so I can put the plug in naturally, the way it naturally wants to go. And the way it's routed, that also gives me a natural routing. See how it goes on the outside of that post? See, so that just gives me more length, less stress. So anyway, all right, let's put it back in. All right, we're all plugged in, and you can see how far out I am. I have plenty of wiggle room to get this back into place, and the tip over foot is in position, ready to catch the back foot of the stove. So away we go. Alright, get it all squared up, and it's just a push in. Alright, now we get to set the clock, and we should be good to go. We'll test everything, make sure all the heating elements work, make sure the stove works, make sure the time holds, all that good stuff. Okay, the warmer light is still on, so I tested everything, you know, just put it on high, made sure all the lights came on, made sure the heating elements came on, you know, that's all 3, so, let's see, my camera isn't very high, and there we go, got all those lights on, actually the warmer light went off. Oh, clock's chiming. All right, good to go. Glass replaced. Thank you for watching.